What is up YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Mandarin Metal, and yes, we're playing Dota 2. And we are playing a new position. Well, not new, but new to the channel. I'm playing mid, and yeah, we're playing Primal Beast. Very fun hero, very strong hero, if you learn to play him right. The matchup, or my counterpart, should I say, in the lane is Wind Ranger. For the most part, I did alright in the lane. I didn't feel like I was struggling at any point. Well, for the most part, I should say. Just to give you guys some context, you'll see I did play in the early stages for my liking and for my standards. I played absolutely terrible. And this is also just some advice for myself. Don't play Dota or just take some time after a game that you've lost, especially if it was a highly toxic game, should we say. Just take some time. Take a breather, get up off your chair, drink some water, drink some chocolate milk, or blow your nose, wash your face, just so you can cool off a little. Because looking back even at my gameplay and just knowing how I performed in the game, not up to scratch for my standards. And so yeah, taking some time does help for just making sure that you don't mess up like how I did. But that being said, Primal Beast, very fun hero, very nice hero to play. He is also very strong. He has quite a good late game position, which is nice. And yeah, you'll see now I do chain death, and which kind of ruined my game, but I do catch up, and no, don't want to have any spoilsies for the rest of the video. I want you guys to keep watching. Okay, so now Primal Beast. Generally, you go for early bottle. This helps with regen, as you are the mid hero. You can bottle a lot of runes. You bottle double damage. Just generally, you bottle all your runes. Then you want to go your phase boots. This helps give you some extra movement speed. Now, this does help you, especially with your first ability being Onslaught. It is a movement ability, and then you combo this with Trample being your second ability, and you do a ton of damage. Now you can see at the moment I've gone a 2-3 split, and I do a chain feed, which is not great. This is not what we want in our game. We want to be a lot better. So your phase boots comboed with Onslaught and Trample. This is good for farming. It's good for doing a lot of damage to enemy heroes. And then once you get pulverized, it's also nice. Now, I think my biggest mistake, I would say, I think I should have put a ability in my uproar, because this just helps with that damage that I get, or the damage that I received during the game. As you can see, Wind Ranger just targets me. She doesn't care much about the other heroes around her. So I was kind of the victim in this game. Then after phase boots, I went blade mail. This again being a very good item. We have Wind Ranger's ultimate that's going to be pumping out a lot of damage. We've got Weaver that's going to be pumping out a lot of damage, and I am also assuming at this point the Nature's Prophet is also going to be pumping out a lot of damage. So now you can see in this little skirmish here between myself and Wind Ranger, I do pop my blade mail, and she ends up killing herself to it. She dived under my tier 2. Thanks to my chamois for helping me with that. So we did secure the kill. And yeah, blade mail just was a good item. We ended up killing Wind Ranger again. She just did not learn from the last interaction. Okay, so next item choice. This is, I would say, dependent on you. If you're having a very good game, if my game was going better than what it was, I probably would have gone Heart, and then I would have gone Aghanim Scepter. Just because you are going to have a lot of armor, a lot of HP, and you're going to be unkillable. And so I felt I was dying a lot in the team fights and I needed a BKB. So I went BKB before getting the other two items. I also didn't want to grief my team any more than what I was. So BKB was my next item choice. Now you can see in these fights, we did start pumping out some damage. We also were looking at turning this game around because it was looking quite dire in the beginning. Sorry, bad pun for us being the dire side. Now, one of my, I would say, one of the worst decisions that I made would be coming up in the next team fight. As you can see, I've got two components already for my BKB. I just need the recipe, and I am approximately 140 gold away from it, and I see my team in this fight, and immediately I feel I need to save them. I need to go help them, and this is the worst decision I could have made. Even in the moment, I knew it was bad because they stun locked me and I died. I was a little Pop-Tart for them. I was a snack, to say the least, for the enemy team. But BKB is up, and we have a very important team fight here. This team fight can determine where our game will be leading to, and at the moment it's looking great. They do have a 9k lead. I don't have enough mana to pop my BKB, but backing off ever so slightly, I do manage to get enough mana regen, which helps me get enough mana for my BKB. And we do have this was a very good fight, and we ended up winning the team fight again. 4 dead, net worth lead is down to 5k, and we end up getting the Wind Ranger as well. There we go, we have a full team wipe on our side. Our PA has really done well to join into this game now. She's farmed quite a bit. We created enough space for her in the early game so that she can join us at this point. Just making sure that she doesn't suffer any more than she had to. I know she had a very difficult lane. So yeah. Now, next item up. As you can see, I've queued up my Hearts of Tarask. Now, this is going to just give me that tank ability to survive more in our team fights, in these little skirmishes that we have throughout the game. Your heart is giving you HP regen, it's giving you extra HP, and it's just making you tanky enough that you can survive. And again, they started building up a little bit of a lead, but it wasn't too bad. Here, another team fight. Again, it's kind of just disjointed, these team fights. They tend to go on me, and I just seem to activate everything a little too late. Which is not very helpful, but this is why we have a carry, and this is why we let our PA farm. She gets a triple kill, and it's another team wipe for us. Again, these little wins are helping us stay in this game. We're trading 5 for 1. I'll take that any day. And I do have my Hearts of Tarask. As you can see, gives me 3.5k HP, and I can now just join in the fights and not have to worry about anything afterwards. And I have queued up my Ags. Now, Ags on Primal Beast, I would say, is probably one of the best things that you could have, because it sends out 3 waves, of these little projectiles, and they do break the enemy, and you do obviously do more damage, so it helps in team fights, especially in these big team fights that you can see that we've had throughout the game. Now, the Treant Protector, which is a highly annoying, he is one of the most annoying support heroes in the game. That is my opinion. Some people might have a different opinion, but for me, Treant Protector is a very annoying hero, just because he's constantly in the trees, just mucking about and trying to mess up your game. Now, it took me a little too long to realize that this was actually the real Wind Ranger, because I had thought, for some reason, I thought she had picked up an illusion rune, and that was an illusion. I have no idea why, because her movements were just so strange. But our PA does die. But we have a Void and a Viper that is pumping out a lot of damage, and we get 3 of their most important heroes. And yeah, so we got 3 of their most important heroes. This just helped us to push their tier 2 tower, and again we chased down the natures, and we got him. So it ended up being a 4-man wipe with the Treant chilling in the trees like a tree does, I guess. And he was just highly annoying. He was very, very annoying while we were trying to push. But I've got Ags now, I've got my heart, and this is just going to give me enough sustain and enough damage for the fights. So here we are, we're pushing the tier 2 tower. We get it, but we decided to chase the Treant, which again, these little decisions are kind of hurting our game, and with them respawning fairly soon, we don't want to overextend, which could cost us the game. The Ogre also getting tanky and some of his ability, so we do need to take care of him. Like I said, he was also one of their key heroes, and they did end up killing Roshan, and they got the Aegis of Immortality, but we did claim it, and we killed the Weaver. So they could barely do anything. And again, that's a shout out to our Void with the Chrono. He placed a pretty good Chrono. He had some key moments in the game that just helped us turn team fights around. And now you can see there is my uproar. Honestly, Primal Beast Ag's upgrade is really good. You pump out a lot of AoE damage. It makes you a very difficult target to go on, especially when you have a heart and we have blade mail. So it makes you a very difficult hero. Now, I've had enough gold to spend, so I bought a Kaya and Sanj. This is just gonna help with HP regen, mana regen. It's gonna give me some status resistance. It's also gonna give me spell amplification on some of my abilities, which is gonna be very nice when we have a team fight. Then I've also gone Shiva's God. I sent my courier to their secret shop because I see Nature's was bottom of the map, and I didn't want him to snipe my courier being so close to Shiva's. Shiva's is just going to help us slow the enemies. It also gives me some more mana, which is going to be useful for the team fights that we have. Now, pushing their tier 3s and their barracks, we do end up killing the Treants, and as you can see, the Weaver just was not able to stand up against us. Again, that onslaught and pulverize going into the uproar is very nice. You have a very low cooldown on uproar, so in team fights, constantly spamming this ability is so it's borderline toxic. Let me just call it at that. It's toxic. It's fun though, because you are, again, you're very difficult to go on. And yeah, we end up securing the win, which is very nice. And yeah, some advice, guys: don't be scared on trying new heroes, and also don't be scared to practice. I'm not a pro, it's just my experience learning Dota 2. Look at some guides, and there's a lot of guides out there to help you. There's a lot of people there out there to help you, and I've just given you guys my perspective on this hero, on what I do when I have a tough lane. You are always able to come back if you just focus and just to make better decisions. If you make better decisions, you're better than me. And at the end of the day, that's what Dota is about. It's just being better than the next player. And yeah, guys, that is it. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what hero you would like to see next, and what else you'd like me to comment on. Thanks, guys. Peace. Cheers.